Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be making my predictions for game week number 19 of the 25-26 EFL Championship season. But as always, before we begin, let's look at how I did last week. I got two bob-on scorelines and outcomes correct. I got Sheffield United to beat Leicester 3-2, correct, good one. And I got Blackburn to beat Ipswich on the bonus game 1-1 correct. And two more outcomes correct, so that's 8 points for last week, taking my season total up to 126. And this is how the table looks after 18 matches. And without further ado, let's predict this coming weekend's matches, the first of yet another triple header this season. And we're going to start with tonight's match. It's Hull against Middlesbrough. And this is a tricky one. Hull were in good form, but they have started to tail off a bit recently. And as for Borough, well, they've got their new manager in now. Can't remember his name, but they've got their new manager in. And I think they have got the ball started to roll again. I think Borough have a fairly easy run-in at the minute. The thing is, Hull are the home side, and this is tricky to predict, but I do like Middlesbrough at the moment for the win here. I'm going to back Borough for the win 2-1. I think Hull will get a goal because they're second top scorers in the division this season behind Coventry, but I see Borough winning. So 2-1 to the Borough. Next up, we've got Watford against Norwich City. These are battle of two sides I remember in the Premier League years ago. It's a battle of two sides with differing forms right now. Norwich got that 3-1 win against QPR last week. They finally ended that winless streak at Carrow Road last week. But Watford with a narrow 2-1 loss to Birmingham. But they were in the game for quite good margin. And with Watford being the home side here, I know there are a lot of people's dark horse to make the playoffs this season. I think Watford will get the win over the line this time, being the home side. I'm going 2-1 to the Hornets. I think Watford just have enough to get the 3 points over the line and push even further towards the playoffs. So 2-1 Watford. Next up, we've got Derby County against Leicester City. And Leicester have really fallen off in terms of their form. I think it might be about 3 losses on the bounce now. As for Derby, they've won 6 of their last 8 matches. They're on pretty good form right now. And with them being the home side, I've got to back Derby for the win here. And they're on a pretty good run of form right now. I'm going to back the Rams to win 2-1. I'm sorry, I know it's the same scoreline again, I know it's boring. But I can see Leicester scoring here, and you never know with Leicester. You never know with Leicester. They can get draws here and there. They are the draw specialists in the division, I believe, or were a few weeks back. Of course, a points deduction could very much be on their way to Leicester, but they're in a precarious position in the table right now. But I like Derby right now, 2-1 to get even further up the table and into the playoffs maybe. 2-1 Derby. Next up, we've got a battle of two sides on the best of form. It's Charlton against Portsmouth. And Portsmouth have dropped into the drop zone. They're currently 22nd in the league. They're up against the Charlton side who've dropped to 17th. They've conceded a lot of goals in the last 2 or 3 matches in the league, Charlton. But against the Portsmouth side, who are really struggling right now as well, struggling with goals, I think Charlton might go back to winning ways here, especially being the home side. Nathan Jones knows how to turn this round. It was practically his job that got Luton promoted. I think Charlton will go back to winning ways with a clean sheet here. I'm going 2-0 to Charlton. I think Portsmouth just don't look very good at the minute, and that's worrying times for them to stay in the drop zone in my predictions. But 2-1 Charlton. Clean sheet to boot. Next up, we've got a mid-table battle. It's QPR against West Brom. And West Brom with that 3-2 victory against Swansea last week. QPR with the 3-1 defeat to Norwich. But QPR, they're quite a streaky team. This season, these are two sides very difficult to predict what they'll do. Of course, that one win for Watford, that one win for West Brom has put them up in the playoffs. Well, not in the playoffs, into 12th place. With a good run of form, they could very much get back into the playoffs here. But they are away. QPR are at home, and I like QPR to pick up points here and there at home this season. Smart money may well be on a West Brom win here to keep the form going, but I'm going to give QPR something at home here. I'm going for a Desmond, a 2-2 draw on this one. I think both sides will be fairly happy with a point, staying about mid-table, and pushing on to the next two matches in this triple header, but a 2-2 draw. Next up, we've got Blackburn Rovers against Sheffield Wednesday. And Sheffield Wednesday with another 6-point deduction. They're now on minus 10 points in the table. Things are looking really bad for them. They're, 23 points behind the next team in the league, Norwich. 27 points from safety. I mean, we joke about, in the Premier League, sides being near enough down in January, February, but if Sheffield Wednesday continue this run of form, they may well actually be down and, officially relegated in January. It's looking very bad for them. As for Blackburn, they've got some good form, and with this game being at Ewood Park, I do fancy Blackburn for the win here. Blackburn are on a fairly good run of form. They were 1-0 up against Ipswich, then obviously drew 1-1, like I predicted, but I'm going for Blackburn to win and get a clean sheet. I'm going 2-0 Blackburn. Sheffield Wednesday, they show up here and there. They very nearly got a draw last game week, but I just think the toxicity around the club right now may well continue. So Blackburn win 2-0 and push even further towards mid-table now. Next up, we've got Bristol City against Millwall, a battle of two sides in the playoffs. Bristol City 6th, Millwall in 3rd. Right now, Millwall with that 3-2 victory against Southampton last week. Bristol City beat Portsmouth 1-0. So both beating a side on the south coast. But this one's tricky because Gerhard Struber can get a tune out of his players. But Millwall are in good form, and they did just beat Southampton, who were on a run of 4 games. We were up till that point. I wouldn't rule Millwall out of a playoff push this season, really. This seems like it could be the year, with the parachute payment teams only just starting to get into form. I'm backing Millwall here, 2-1. I think they'll just narrowly edge it. I don't know how or when, but I'm backing Millwall, 2-1, and to remain 3rd in the table. Next up, we've got a huge relegation 6-pointer. It's Swansea City against Oxford United. And this is a very big relegation game. Oxford have been on, must be said, much better form than Swansea right now. With this being at the Swansea.com stadium, I could see Swansea getting a result here. But I can't back against Gary Rowett and the Oxford side. That is on good form right now. They beat Ipswich 2-1 last Friday. And, they've been on good run of form recently. I'm going to back Oxford for the win, 2-1. The same scoreline again. I think Swansea need to start getting results over the line, especially at home. And I do think Oxford just have the better form right now. So I'm backing the U's, 2-1. Next up, we've got Preston North End against Wrexham. And this game has draw written all over it, in my opinion. Preston are in the playoffs. They're currently 5th in the table. But Wrexham are a side on good form right now. in theory, at home, I would say Preston are maybe the favourites to win. But Wrexham on their day, they get results over the line. That's why they are in the playoff discussion. I'm going to sit on the fence with a 1-1 draw on this one. I think Preston, they are a fairly draw-happy side a lot of the time, although they have been turning a few of those draws into wins this season. But I can't see anything other than a draw in this one. So 1-1 draw, a point apiece. Next up, we've got Game of the Week, at least at the top. It's Ipswich Town against Coventry City. And yeah, this is a huge match. Maybe when everything's said and done this season, the top two in the table, I wouldn't put it past them. Last time at Ipswich, 2 seasons ago when they were in the Championship, they beat Coventry 4-1. But this is a different side. These are two different sides. Ipswich are without Liam Delap and Amari Hutchinson. Coventry have some injuries, but they're over 50 goals this season quite easily. I can see this being a Coventry win. I don't think it's going to be that convincing, but I can see this being a Cov win. I'm going 2-1 to the Sky Blues. It could easily be a draw or even an Ipswich win. I wouldn't put it past Ipswich to get something. But I am backing Coventry for the win here. 2-1, I can't look past the form. And that's another 3 points to maintain their lead at the top of the table at 10. Next up, we've got another huge match. It's Sheffield United against Stoke City. Two sides that are on fairly good form at the minute. Stoke are currently in the playoffs. Sheffield United are 19th. They've got the ball rolling. They are out of the drop zone now. This could easily be a Blades win here, especially with the form they are on at the minute under Chris Wilder. But Mark Robbins has got to tune out with these Stoke players this season. They are very much in the playoff discussion, I think, this season at the minute, reaching about the halfway stage of the season already. But it could be a Blades win, but I'm going to sit on the fence with a 2-2 draw. I think Stoke may well get a result from somewhere, may pull it out of the air or somewhere, and get a point apiece, 2-2, maybe a last-minute equaliser from Stoke. And then finally, we've got Southampton against Birmingham City. And Birmingham with that 2-1 win against Watford last week. Southampton with the 3-2 defeat to Millwall. This is tricky because this is two sides on good form. It is at St Mary's, but I don't know if I trust Southampton that much at the minute. I think Southampton will pick up more points at home this season. But Birmingham on their day can get results over the line as well. I'm going to sit on the fence with a 2-2 draw. I'm not that optimistic at all. I'd like to see us win. Last time in the Championship at St Mary's, I was at the match and Southampton won 3-1 against Birmingham. But I think it's a different side this time. Birmingham were in the playoffs that time 2 years ago, but I do think that it's going to be a draw. A 2-2 draw on this one. A point apiece, which may well be a better result for Birmingham to push up towards the playoffs a bit more, but 2-2. And there you have it, guys. All 12 Championship matches done and dusted for this weekend. We'll see next week how good these predictions turn out to be, as always. And yeah, make sure to let me know your predictions in the comments down below. And I'll see you all in the next one.